from an undisclosed location, from a secret hunting spot known only to him, and the guy who told him about it, and possibly the guy who told him. It's the show all about hunting in New Zealand and around the globe. This is The Hunting Show. Now here's your host, Stephen Spargo.
Big apology to make. Unfortunately, those guys that tried to tune in last Monday at 5:30, the time that I advertised the show to happen, were disappointed. And so I thought I'd better tell you what happened. First of all, we use a host in America called Blog Talk Radio. Great host, allows us to do all sorts of things we couldn't otherwise do. Like in the future, we'll be able to take callers during our live show and bits and pieces like that from the public. They had New Zealand's time zone down as American Samoa, which meant we were 24 hours out. The interesting thing for me is when I logged in, it looked like it would play at the right time, and then it just didn't. It took a little bit longer. So it actually had the time zone wrong, and we're trying to work that through, and apparently they still haven't got the daylight savings thing quite right yet, but we do think we've sorted that time zone issue out. So if you did tune in Monday and you were game enough to come back Tuesday and listen, thank you very much. Hopefully that won't be happening again. First of all, bone taint. This actually sparked a little bit of controversy. Most people emailing me saying that it was a load of rubbish. Other people seem to be absolutely adamant that it existed, and Americans didn't know anything about it or never heard of it, and the Australians were in a similar boat. I did a little bit of research online. huntinfish.co.nz did a poll, and they found out that 18.5% of you thought that it was absolutely true. A whopping 64.2% of you said no, it's a load of rubbish, and about 17.3% of you had no idea whatsoever. The emails I've had seem to allude to the fact that they were told about it by someone and they've never wanted to test the theory. A couple of people have said that it doesn't happen in venison. They've only ever seen it in pigs, and the one guy even swore black and blue that he killed 2 pigs. It wasn't a particularly warm night, but it was a full moon, and both of them meat was ruined from moon taint. So there you go. A lot of people thinking that it is true. Some people wrote me emails about bananas. I don't know quite what relevance they had, but good on you. It was interesting reading. Other people seem to think it's all about temperature and how you hang them. One guy on the forum from NZ Hunt or fishandhunt.co.nz said that his wife makes him hang meat facing south. I just wondered when it's hanging, which way is south, the open end or the back end? I'm not sure. Seems like you hunters are a particularly superstitious bunch. Where I am today, it's actually raining thunder and lightning, so if you hear thunder and lightning in the background, that's all it is. I am indoors and dry and warm. I don't have all these electric things around me out in the open. Our interview today is Stacy from NZ Women's Hunters, and now they're a Facebook page. Stacy, how's it going?
Good, thank you.
Now, tell us a little bit about yourself before we kick off into the serious stuff.
Okay, well, I'm from Whakatane, and I'm currently living in Gisborne now and work at Vet in Gisborne, so I'm a vet nurse during the day.
Gee.
And do lots of hunting in the weekends. Yeah.
As we all do. Now, first of all, how did you get into hunting?
I've been going since I was quite young with my dad and cousin Peter. So I started out with duck shooting, and yeah, in the past about 5-6 years I've been going out pig hunting and deer hunting a lot more, which I enjoy probably a bit more than duck shooting now.
Oh, okay, so you're not looking forward to the old opening weekend coming up soon?
Yeah, still looking forward to it, but I think I'm more into the pig hunting and deer hunting now.
Yeah, they roaring around where you are?
Yeah, a little bit, but the wet weather has made it a bit hard to go out, and they haven't been roaring that great.
Yeah, where I am in the Central North Island, they'll roar back at you, but they're not coming up yet.
Yeah, it seems to be about the same down this way. They're roaring, but not that keen to come up and see you.
And rightly so, because you're probably going to put a bullet through them.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
First of all, how did the New Zealand Women's Hunters Facebook page start?
A couple of years ago, Briar, Rachel and Paula and we joined together and we entered the hunting competition in Tauranga, and it was based on average weight wins, so we had to get 4 species, which was the stag, boar, pheasant and trout. and we actually got closest to average rate, and we won a Polaris Ranger worth about 15,000 and a few other goodies from Stony Creek. So
Nice.
we got a huge amount of praise from that. And yeah, the media kind of went a bit crazy about an all-girls team winning this men's hunting competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said, so you started from there. Did it have a purpose from the start, or was it just kind of we got some attention? There's clearly women out there hunting, and we thought we better do something with that.
Yeah, well, we had heaps of women hunters coming out to us and things, so we thought, oh, maybe there is a few more out there. So yeah, we just decided to make a page and just see how it went, and we were amazed by the first few days. We already had a few hundred people on there. Yeah.
And you've got a lot of followers, up over 5,000 now, I see. Are they all girls, or there's some guys following you as well?
I think about probably 50-50, so yeah, there's quite a few men on it. But yeah, we get heaps of photos sent in to us from girls and the guys, the boyfriends sending in their girlfriends' photos.
Yep. I had a great photo I'm going to have to send you of my wife walking through the bush in Stony Creek pink blaze, and we were in the middle of nowhere, and if you look really closely, she's actually got a handbag.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if she's proud of that photo, but even I afterwards looked and go, you were carrying a handbag, what were you doing? But, typical girl carrying it everywhere. What do the guys think then? Your partners and your dads and brothers, what do they think of the page?
Yeah, we get quite a lot of positive feedback from the guys on the page, just saying, oh, that's so cool that the girls are out there doing it as well, and yeah, I think they're quite attracted about a girl getting out there and getting some blood on them and getting their hands dirty.
Yeah, I think it certainly must appeal to some guys.
Yeah.
But are the other guys out there, are they taking you seriously? Is it something that you think you're going to get more traction on?
Yeah, before we started the page, we didn't actually think there were that many girls out there who hunted, but yeah, the page has done really well, and the guys they're real supportive of it as well.
I had one comment about the show, because I segued this show, or sorry, forward sold this show last week, and someone wanted to ask me, or to ask you, whether you had a calendar.
We've actually had a few people ask that. Maybe that's something we need to do.
It'd be a good fundraiser. Put it into a good cause.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll help you sell it. I'll mention it on the show.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be something we'll look into.
Now, so outside of being asked to do a calendar, what's the best feedback you've had?
The best feedback, we received a message from a little girl's dad, and he said, this is what he quotes, "This is a really cool page. My 8-year-old daughter was inspired. She loves hunting but was getting teased at school. So now she doesn't care. So thanks to all you ladies out there doing what you love."
Very cool. Yeah, I did notice that there was a lot of photos there of young women hunting, as well as, farmers' wives. I suppose that's probably the thing I went in there expecting to see, was a bunch of farmers' wives for some reason, knowing that that's not the only women out there that hunt, but I sort of figured those were the ones sending in photos. But amazed that there was a lot of young women, 8 and 9 and 10-year-olds there that have just, caught their first stag or shot their first such and such, and they were really proud of it.
Yeah, it's really cool. We even get the fathers sending in their babies and their pink Stony Creek tops sitting on top of a stag head that they've shot.
That pink blaze, taking the world by storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing I did take note of, because I had a good look around the page before this interview, and one of the things, you go to guys' Facebook pages about hunting, and generally you'll get positive feedback, but it's almost a little bit jealous feedback, I've caught a bigger one than that, and didn't see anything like that on the women's page whatsoever. It was all really positive. Well done, congratulations. So you seem to have got that about right. Yeah,
well, it was really good. They all seem to be just happy that, to support one another, and no negative feedback really goes on there, and if it does, it quickly gets taken off.
Oh, that's the story. Yeah. I've actually had to delete a couple of bits of feedback on my page, particularly about the 1080 issue, because people seem to get a bit hot under the collar. They're so passionate, and it's great to see, but really they've got to think about what they write and make sure that it's appropriate.
Yeah, definitely.
What about this? You girls get together, so you go hunting, a bunch of you at the same time. Do you still get in and do that?
Yep, yeah, we still go. Yeah, usually there's a couple of us. We get together for the weekend and go out. And
tell me about a girls' night out in the bush.
Well, the other girls, they said that s'mores is a must. So marshmallows melted on a stick over an open fire, sandwiched between 2 thin biscuits. But yeah, usually we're out spotlighting most of the night, or just
on private land, of course.
Yeah, snuggled up in the hut and just talking. Usually, what girls do, lots of talking.
Yeah, guys do too, though.
Yeah,
a bunch of old women in the bush, basically. So all we talk about is things that don't matter and rubbish, and mainly women.
Yeah.
So do girls mainly talk about guys?
Yep, and about their pig dogs and...
Yeah, more important than guys, pig dogs, yeah.
Yeah, yep.
So, okay, name the top 5 things a girl needs when out hunting.
So this is a hard one because we probably need all the same items that a guy needs.
Yeah.
But if you want to get girly, I guess we, apart from our ability to wear pink camo, we put in a hairbrush, some dry shampoo, and baby wipes. Baby wipes.
Oh, I get it.
Yes.
Yep. And where are you heading for the Raw?
It's about an hour out of Gisborne.
Yeah, is it a spot you can tell us about?
I'm not going to name the place, but it's a forestry.
All right.
Yeah.
Now,
I go there usually every weekend anyway, so...
And plenty of animals around?
Yeah, definitely. There's been already quite a few stags shot out of there, so, yeah.
So tell us about, what's the best stag you've ever got?
Last year in the Raw, me and my friend, we went out, well, it was probably just the start of the Raw, and I got an 11 pointer, a big, nice, thick head, and he weighed in at about 180 kgs.
Gee.
Yeah.
Oh, you did better than me last Raw, I can tell you that.
Yeah, well, he was nice and fat because he wasn't quite starting to roar yet, so it was a good time to shoot him.
Yeah, well done. Now, there's a lot of women that listen to the show, I'm sure, and one thing I wanted to ask you is, what about some advice to women that they might have a husband or a partner that's into hunting, or they may know nobody, so they have absolutely no contacts in the hunting world whatsoever. Do you have any advice for people, or women particularly, that want to get into hunting?
I would definitely start out by getting a gun license, and maybe starting with small game and using a .22 just to get the hang of the gun. And yeah, just find some friends to tag along with. We just have quite a few girls on the page that'll just put in a comment and say, is there anyone out there that's keen to take me for a hunt in whatever area, like Hamilton, or there's a few girls do that, so there's always that option.
Yeah, the other thing is pop into one of the local hunting and fishing stores or something like that and talk to the guys there and say, is there anyone around that will take them out for a hunt, and generally they'll find somebody.
Yeah, there's usually someone keen, especially girls is, I think, a lot easier as well.
Yeah, when a dude goes in and goes, can I spend the night with you in the bush, there's a few hands go up and, oh, slow down, cowboy.
Yeah.
Now, how do listeners find you on Facebook?
They can just, in the search bar, just type in NZ, Women Hunters, and it should come up with our page. And yeah, you just like our page, and then you'll get all our daily posts and all the girls' photos that come in daily. Yep. And you want as many guys to like your page as well as girls? Yeah, we're happy either either. It doesn't. Yeah, it's cool just having all that interest. Actually, one of the other questions that I had, the same guy that wrote in about the calendar, to be fair, asked whether you had any T-shirts or anything like that he could buy his wife. Yeah, well, we're actually looking into that at the moment. Maybe going to start, hopefully, get our own clothing range out. But, yeah, we'll keep updating everyone on the Facebook page. I've actually got a hunting jewellery range that I'm selling at the moment, so just of the bullet heads, and they're made into rings and earrings and necklaces.
Cool. Where do people find that?
That's on the Facebook page as well. So, yeah, just in one of the folders there's Bullet Design Jewellery, it's called.
Have you had a lot of support from the business community?
Yeah, we'd just like to say a massive thank you to Stony Creek. They've sponsored us a few prizes to give away on the page, which has really helped. And, yeah, they've been great to deal with.
Well, what I'll do is I'll put a link up on the comment section of this podcast, which will point to not only your sponsors, but your Facebook page, along with some photos of the girls. So these are the people that started the page, and a couple of photos of that great jewellery that you're putting together.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Stacey, for agreeing to do the interview. Browsing around the New Zealand Herald website today, I found a great article from Matthew Blackhouse about the hunting season this year and how it's been disappointing. There's been a serious run of incidents, some of which were fatal, very, very early on in the season. I suppose where I'm going with this is I'm not going to harp on about firearm safety. You guys have all heard it before. You definitely should know better about identifying your targets and all that kind of thing. But I would like to take this opportunity to get my rant on and talk about GPS locator beacons, because I still don't feel enough of you are carrying them. They're not that expensive anymore, although I do understand that it's a lot of money to shell out to get one of these things, but they're also very small. They're tiny, size of a matchbox nearly, some of them, and they're available in most hunting and fishing type stores. I carry one now not only for myself. I carry it for the people I'm with. I also carry it for the people I might find. And I'd hate to be in one of those situations where you come across someone that's injured themselves in the bush and you don't have the ability to get them out in time. And that would be a horrible thing to go through. And I'm relatively fit from that point of view, but they, if these guys are a lot bigger than I was, there'd probably be no way for me to walk them out, particularly if they were seriously injured. And people, there is no excuse for not taking one with you now. The Mountain Radio Service hire them out among other people, and they're not that expensive. And look, ask for one for Christmas, or your birthday and Christmas combined, and hopefully someone can muster them up. Or borrow one. There's plenty of people around. I know I lend mine out to a number of friends when I'm not using it. And of course, we know we can't always rely on cell phone coverage. One of the parts, or part of the article from the New Zealand Herald, talks about a man that couldn't get through to rescuers with a cell phone, so set off his emergency locator beacon and was winched to safety. So guys and girls, as we found out today, please be careful out there, be safe, enjoy the raw.
Broadcasting from an undisclosed location, from a secret hunting spot known only to him, and the guy who told him about it, and possibly the guy who told him. It's a show all about hunting in New Zealand and around the globe. This is The Hunting Show. Find The Hunting Show on Facebook and Twitter for up-to-date information on upcoming shows and topics.